Congratulations.
A record.
That's awesome. All you gotta do is. What's probably, I have a regular, and I still get every day.
Fabulous, who else? Tell me something good.
It seems to be working. Yeah.
Who else?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
There's still a couple people.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
I used to like sending out mailers, like, once you have the contract, everyone else.
Any other? Or tell me something good.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I see, you guys are very. good
All right.
about being on the-
Let's go ahead and start with the anniversary. Come on in, have a seat, or whatever's after the MDD. Yeah. All right, birthday. We got a lot of birthdays for our August babies. If it's your birthday, will you raise your hand? If you're in this room in August? No. Well, when you see them, please tell them happy birthday. We have our work anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh, where's Sonia? She's got her 1 year.
Which
Two Sonias.
There's.
Look, it's your work anniversary. 1 year, Sonia. Mark Benson, 23 years. Amazing. He's only 21. Incredible. Happy work anniversary to all. Go ahead. We had six newcomers in July. If you are new to our brokerage, will you please stand and let us welcome you? There's Steve. The best brokerage in all of Southwest Florida. You've made an amazing decision. All right, go ahead. You missed your 1 year anniversary slide. I did. Fill. So a bucket fill is where you want to give gratitude for another associate, a fellow KW associate. Maybe they helped you while you were out of town. Maybe they helped and walked you through the contract or opened a door for you while you were busy. So let's hear a couple of bucket fills of people you are grateful for. Go ahead, Jen. Here's Katie. Katie's here. Well, there's Katie. She stepped out. Okay.
Always.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kevin Buckby. Good afternoon. My name is Kevin Buckby, and I've been a member of your wonderful team for 7 days. I want to pay respect to Mike for allowing me to sit in on my first co-hosted open house in a beautiful house in a beautiful neighborhood. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Go ahead, Kim.
Okay, my bucket bill is to Katie for doing lots of open houses for us recently, for putting up with a very challenging seller. For keeping her cool and for just being very professional. Thank you, Katie.
All right, anyone else want to show gratitude? Go ahead, Stephanie.
I'll say thank you to Mike for hosting our listing opening on Friday.
Yeah.
More than anyone wants them.
Let's go. Yes, love it.
Yes.
Okay, ready?
I want to give a shout out to Kim for taking time out of her day to sit with me to give her an overview from her point of view of how she runs her business.
Ooh, I love that.
Too. I want to thank Mike for helping me with my first listing and also with open house.
Love it.
I would like to thank Erica Lindsay because she means that
into me, and I hope one day to feel good.
All right, any other bucket fills? How about online? All right, go ahead. All right, we are going to hear from, did you guys see that lunch out there or enjoyed it already?
Good.
Compliments of Jamie with Top Flight. So let's give him a few minutes of our attention while he gives us some much needed education. Come on.
For having me today. So the reason I wanted to take 15 minutes to go over kind of some of the changes, obviously you guys are dealing with DAR. From a contractual standpoint, but from a lender standpoint, I wanted to give you some insight on kind of what we're seeing up front now that I think will help you from a negotiation standpoint of writing your contracts. A lot of this information is, I want to stress, it's fluid, right? So we're kind of taking it the same way that y'all are taking it as, there are going to be some changes, right? But this is how we kind of see it at, at this moment right now. So very important, obviously, I know that they've been stressing to get a buyer broker agreement. Very, very important to get that executed. We believe that lenders are going to start requiring that this process. So even though that compensation is outside of the lender realm, lenders are concerned about, from a disclosure standpoint, and disclosing to the bar appropriately that if they are responsible for bringing any type of compensation to any agent, that it's disclosed properly from the get-go, right? So make sure to have those buyer broker agreements. They're not required now, but they're going to be required. And even more so, kind of goes into my next point. It's very important to make sure you're working with a lender that has your back. What I mean by that is anybody can say, oh, I've got your back and do anything for you. The status quo prior to all these changes were you give me a referral, I get it pre-approved, I send them a pre-approval letter, or they go to an online bank, you get a pre-approval letter. And, you go house shopping, right? And they told you, all right, this buyer's good at 500,000. Well, now with this new brokerage agreement, if you're negotiating and you're not communicating with that lender, knowing that that agent or that buyer has the potential of maybe having to bring an additional 1% to closing, they may or may not have it. It could affect their pre-approval, if there's reserves required for the loan, it can affect the approval on the loan. You do not want to find that out after you're under contract. And more importantly, after an inspection period, right? And a deposit stage. So very important to be working with a trusted lender, myself or many great lenders out there, to make sure that you're communicating with that team and stress with them the importance of everybody's got to be on point during the negotiation process, and even prior to the pre-approval process. So if you send me somebody and I'm like, hey, we've got X amount of reserves, but we don't have any reserves, and you're telling me that if you're paying me 3%, you got an agreement, you got to negotiate that. Okay, if you don't have to do it. So very important. And that kind of leads into my next point is, so you have to be very strategic or specific, I should say, is the right terminology when listing either compensation or a concession. Now, I know we're starting to see people talk about concession, right? It's not a commission anymore. The commission word is now taboo. And we're hearing that it's now a concession, okay? Concession is okay to list it, but in our world, in the lending world, concession has max tolerances, okay? So I've sent you or given you all a seller concession cheat sheet that has max tolerances per program. So for instance, you're working with a first-time home buyer, they're putting 3% down, right, on a conventional loan. The max compensation is 3%. You've negotiated in your buyer brokerage agreement, there's multiple offers. The seller's negotiated to pay a 3% concession to pay your position, right? There's no other room from a concession standpoint, right? So if it's listed as a concession, it's going to fall under this tolerance. So again, perfect example, I was at an open house on Sunday, had this situation come up and the roof is 15 years old, they need a new roof, the seller doesn't want to put a new roof on, right? There's no room for a concession. So the only outlet that I told the agent was to, you can get an invoice and have the title company pay it out of proceeds and leave it out of the transaction, but you're already capped on the concession. if you're accepting an offer at 3%, right, they've already negotiated that concession, so. Very important how it's listed. Compensation is exempt from the tolerance, so again, compensation and concession are two different words and have two different meanings from a contractual standpoint. Compensation is excluded from the points, the tolerances that you see here on a conventional loan. Okay, so if it's listed as compensation, that's the listing agent or the seller agrees to pay 3% compensation to the buyer's agent and also a 3% seller credit that is totally accepted. Okay, but what we're seeing come over is all concession, and that's going to be held to a certain tolerance. So be very specific on your contracts. FHA and VA are just standard. You got those amounts. Again, VA did come out with guidance and said that the veteran, it is an allowable fee, and the veteran can pay buyer's agent commission. So again, the compensation and concession are two different words. Okay. And then lastly, I want to highlight down payment assistance program. So we still have a little money left with the hometown heroes. There's about 20 million left. It started with like, I think over 100 and only a month and a half in, and we're already almost done with it. So a lot of people are utilizing that program. If you need more information on it, I can give it to you. But any type of down payment assistance program in the state of Florida, that money that they're receiving, that grant cannot go towards the buyer's agent. Got it, so that as well. Okay. That's pretty much it for now. And there's a lot of questions we can talk sidebar individually if you've got some for the sake of time, because I know you have a meeting, but. Okay. Go ahead.
Question, when will they re-up the hometown heroes committee again? How often do they do that?
I don't think so. They've done it 3 times, and I think the last time they did it obviously during COVID. I think this is the last time DeSantis did it while he was running. They re-upped it, but there hasn't been any talk of the legislator applying for it. But there's still, I mean, I think the reason so much went in the beginning is because we had a 6-month startup. Hey, this is coming, so people were kind of getting ready for it. So we lost probably 60 million within the first week, and then it slowly kind of tickered. So I would say no later than October, you'll have some fallout at the end, but start now. So we have, you can lock it in for 60 days. So even if it's a longer closing.
So the cap is 35 grand towards down payment, right?
They're 35 grand or 5%, whatever's less.
And then, so is there any cap on the purchase price or?
Yes, so they're, depending on the county limits. Collier County is the highest, and their income limits are the highest in Collier as well. I think it's 7, I'm sorry, it's 9 something, do you remember, Collier? This is Deborah, if you don't know, it's mine.
9 something, is that?
I said 8 or 9, and Collier
Okay.
County is high,
Oh,
traditionally it's like the 700 range. And I believe it's 142 or 150, income. It depends on the county where they're purchasing, so Lee County is different than Collier. Okay.
And it's a second loan?
Yeah, so it's a silent second mortgage for the hometown heroes, so it sits there, there's no repayment to it.
No interest?
No interest, and it's not forgivable, so you have to pay back by refinancing or, selling. And it's 5% of the loan amount, not the sales price. But we just closed our first hometown heroes loan, and, with y'all's team, and I think she brought like $800 or something like that for closing, so if you can get seller concessions on top of the 5%, it's really a no-brainer. I think what's their sales price, like 3?
No, I think it was like
420?
or something.
Yeah, so I mean, it was a decent sales price, and she got in, and the first time home buyer was basically at her.
And she got some seller concessions.
Yeah, exactly, that's the key.
In this current interest rate environment, someone with top tier credit should, 30-year conventional loan, should expect a range
Yeah,
of.
good question, yeah.
What is
What's the down payment?
with a
20% down?
20%.
Yeah, so rates right now are probably in the mid-6s, I would say, anywhere from 6.5 to 6.7, depending on the mortgage insurance or not.
And then
My
October.
conventional, for the hometown heroes, is that what you're talking about?
No, for a 30-year conventional.
Yeah, 6.5, 6.6. VA right now is probably, I think we put it 6.3 yesterday. So they're around, I would say traditional VA is about half a point less, give or take. Any other questions? Awesome, thanks for your time. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you for that. All right, good. All right, let's talk about some classes coming up. So the business planning was already completed, yet, is that Thursday? The 15th is Thursday?
Yes.
Get more leads using Facebook with Jordan. All right, so, running ads through command to Facebook to be able to get to those leads, have people to follow up on. He's the master of that, so you don't want to miss that one if you can. And then, Hannah, tell us all about it.
All right, guys, so I'm constantly trying to teach, tech classes. I teach 2 days of command each month. These did get flipped, so August 9th was, staying top of mind, so we talked about smart plans, we talked about contacts, designs, and campaigns. And then coming up on the 16th is going to be your path getting paid. So that's going to be talking about opportunities, and opportunities is literally how you get paid, so it's super important that you do it the correct way, so I'd love to see it on the 16th. Before that, on the 14th is documents and DocuSign, so I'm gonna be talking about all about DocuSign rooms, and then the quickest way to send documents on the go is through templates. So, with showing homes, before you show them, you have to have an agreement to show properties, so I have a really, really easy button way to send it out, like just on your phone. So if you can make it on the 14th, that would be great. I'll also be doing an intro to Canvas, so designing open house flyers, and then social media posting, stuff like that. And then on the 20th, on contract close. I'd love to see you guys there. Thank you.
Okay. And then next week, I believe that what day is the 21st? Wednesday? All right, so from 12 to 3, we're gonna have Chad McCoy live here in the Market Center. Every tick of the clock matters. I'm assuming that has something to do with time blocking and priorities and all of that good stuff. So it's great for a mid-year refresher on making sure we follow our calendars. On the 22nd, Bill is the master of MLS in the office here, so he's gonna be showing you tips and tricks of this incredible tool. If you barely know the basics or you wanna know deeper, come to that class so he can let you know all the answers to that. There is still time to sign up for Bold. So step 2, we skipped this week because of Mega Camp. So step 2 is going to be this upcoming Monday. So there's still time to register. After Monday, I think at midnight Monday, sign up will be closed. So there won't be able to get in. But there's still time to get in, and if you want to go check it out on Monday without any sort of commitment, if you missed step 1 or any of that, just show up, just come and join us and spend a day with us. I promise you will get a lot out of it with both mindset and diving into your value, and it's amazing. And Kristen, who was there step 1? Raise your hand if you're. Yeah, is Kristen amazing or what? She's got really, really great energy. I just saw her post from Mega Camp. She was one of the top really Bold coaches for the year, alongside Cody Gibson and Denny Grimes. So she's in really good company. She's incredible. We have a video from our fearless leader, Eugene. Oh, there's 2. Oh, yeah. Are sharing.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, good morning. I was still looking forward to a fresh inspiration. I am excited to boldly go for great agents for certain and sometimes go take learn more about things and approaches and extend my life.
I'm ready to fight. I'm excited. It's the broken stretch.
Exciting day. I'm thankful and so excited to be part of it.
So yesterday was our first game of home, and I want to show you guys some of the results that we had in just 15 minutes of the game we were playing. It was one side of themselves to the left side, and then the other side to the right side. And look at the results we had in 15 minutes. We had on one side, we had 70 responses, 6 appointments, and 13 referrals.
15 minutes.
And on the right side, we had 76 appointments. So 76 responses, 4 appointments, and we ended up with 12 referrals. We're also 15 minutes. Can you imagine what the rest of the going to deal with? Very quickly, I want to tell you something that I'm not even podcast. Episode 42 with Gary Keller was on, and they were actually talking about based agents, you know, talk about how he figures how successful the agents are the more learning based. Gary Keller said that every day the best man is lived by asking, what can I do better? No matter how well you're doing, you always do that. Then they mentioned something called a Dunning Kruger. First time hearing this name, the idea that the reality that's mastery someone has, the more mastery they feel they have. We all know there's also a more mastery for someone becomes, the more they see the performance. They compared it to the swimmers, for example, perfect time with the Olympics. When the Olympic swimmer has the awareness, you know, that he or she is not having the right position while on the water. Right? Can you imagine the subtlety of like not knowing that your finger is not in the right position, and they compare that to your teenager being, you know, always thinks that they do everything. So it's kind of the difference. So it's like the further you go, the more curious you become because you know it's much more out there. So you can do any basis for the time, it is the right time to do it. There's still plenty of time to get to the whole battle. I'm super excited about what's happening. We're all gonna get out of here and how we're gonna keep.
As you know, Eugene is in Austin for mega camp, and he's like a kid in a candy store. He is just absolutely having the time of his life, absorbing so much. So I'm sure the next team meeting is gonna be loaded with all the things that he took away, and Broker Jeff from mega camp. So love that. Okay.
The address is 6060 Collier, not at Beck.
The what?
The address for Bolt, if you're going to Bolt, it's 6060.
Yes,
Collier,
6060 Collier Boulevard, yep. All right, so let's take a minute and recreate what we did in bold and see how many referrals we can get or responses we can get. This is a text. I'm not asking anybody to call anyone right now, but text. So let's go through what each of these are, and you decide which one you want to send out, and let's send it, each of us, to 5 people in our phone. Maybe you haven't connected with them in a while. Maybe it's somebody from an open house. You decide. So the first option is home equity analysis. You may be able to cash in on the equity you've built in your home. May I drop by to share a valuation report with you? That's one option. Next option, you've just started your real estate career. I have good news. We've been talking about real estate together. I'm now a licensed real estate agent. May I give you a call so we can chat about the business? Super short text. Next one, let's catch up. Hi, blank, at Ford, right? What's Ford?
Family.
Occupation. Right? So how's the job going? How's the family? Whatever. And then this year I'm being intentional about connecting with my favorite people, and you're at the top of my list. Whether it's coffee, lunch, or just a chit chat, I would love to catch up. When is a good time for you? Real estate showdown. I think this is the one you sent out, Sonia, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hi, blank. I'm in an epic real estate showdown. I need your referrals to take home the crown. Be one of the first 5 to refer, and you will receive a surprise gift card from me. What were your results?
I had 4 responses and one referral. Yeah.
From
Actually,
that simple.
they said I want to look at 5.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There you go. And the last one, equity update. Hello, blank at Ford. I was reaching out to let you know that home prices are on the move and you might be surprised which direction. I'd love to share an equity update with you. Are you in? So choose 5 people. Everybody grab their phones, choose 5 people. Choose which one you want to send out or one of each. And let's see what kind of responses we get before the end. 10 minutes. Let's do 10.
Okay, so I'm gonna, are you starting?
You can go ahead. Yeah. So Hannah's gonna start the timer for 10 minutes and do we have? We do. Oh, I thought that was for 10 minutes. I have a gift card. We have a gift card for the winner. All right, so I'm gonna leave those up there for just another few seconds. Maybe you want to take a picture of them so you have it. And this was all we did in bold for 15 minutes. One side got 76 responses, 8 referrals. One side got 12. So what if we were to take 15 minutes of every day and just send 5 texts? Would we be further than we are today?
Okay, so you have 10 minutes, start texting and I'm gonna write down, same thing we did, how many responses you get, if you make any appointments, or any referrals, if you use the referral text. And we.
Everybody in Zoom land as well. Are we getting responses?
I guess.
Yes.
When did you send?
I just did just a catch up call. I didn't want to say like real estate, but more like let's do a catch up call to see what you're up to in this new year, like.
Did you send it, or did they just?
They said they were gonna call me this afternoon.
I had a similar,
Wonderful.
but the people I'm talking to are don't live in Florida, so it's hard to set up lunch date with them, so.
Virtual lunch.
Yeah, exactly.
Other responses? As we near down. I have two responses, there's people that I haven't like been talking to, but I haven't talked to them in about a month, but that's absolutely, can't let them forget you.
Yeah, I got a response, but she said she'd keep me in mind if she has anybody that's interested in buying salad. And they're good.
Perfect. Haven't set an appointment yet.
Responses, how many have we got? Two,
Three.
three?
I need your referral if
Any other responses? Another one?
Way to go.
Thanks, Kevin. Anyone else? Any appointments yet? Any other responses, appointments? Less than a minute, anyone else? I heard a ding, was that a response? Just a notification. Any other responses? All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, okay. Good job, guys. 5 responses in just a few minutes, and I'm sure there'll be more coming in after people might be. I know,
at work.
yeah, let me know if we get more.
And, make sure if you haven't, go ahead and take a picture of that, so you can keep those on hand. For a quick, yeah. Anyone else? You got a response? Okay. All right. All right, so, I wasn't really, I hit that slide, and then I decided to, unhide it. Because I do wanna share with you guys, you know, when we were in the next room there, and you guys surprised me with that cake and everything, and it really meant a lot to me, and one of the things that stuck out to me was you guys saying that, you always hear my positivity and my encouragement, and my positivity and my encouragement, and that got me thinking, like, where did that come from? So if you've ever been in my office, you may or may have not noticed this. And it says never, never, never give up. This was not just something I found at Home Goods or something to put it in there to be inspiring. This was next to me on my hospital bed when I woke up from a coma. So for 10 years of my life, I was extremely sick. Well, actually from the age of 14 to 27, I was in and out of the hospital. And at one point, almost lost my life. Had to have multiple blood transfusions, and, when I woke up, I didn't know where I was, and, didn't know what was going on. I was on a lot of morphine. But one of the first things that came clear to me was seeing this. And I was in the hospital for the next month, and there were a lot of times I wanted to give up. And I kept looking at this. And so I think that that's where a lot of that comes from, is that it will never be as bad as this. And so I always have been there, and to remind me never to give up. And I just want to share that with you guys, that, yeah, we're in a tough market. Tougher for some of us don't know any different. But some of us are going through personal things that are really, really tough. Some of us are going through things in our relationships or with our finances that are really, really tough. And all of you are sitting here today, and you are on the right side of the dirt. You are above ground, and there is nothing that can happen to you in this market or in this situation that you might be in that should ever make you want to give up. And so, I just, you know, as I move on to the next chapter, you guys are not forgotten. And I just want you to never ever give up, okay, on yourself, on your goals, on your dreams, because you are all worth it. You are all worth it, and you have made the last 2 years of my life amazing, and I'm honored to know each and every one of you. And my phone, I have the worst dry mouth right now. My phone is always on for you guys, and I'm always here for you. I'm just gonna be in a different location. Okay. So I love you all, and thank you for loving me out the door. And I know that we will run into each other again in the future. Okay. Love you all. I think that's it. Oh, raffle giveaway. Ladies, I'll let you take over that. Yep. Well, and just by showing up today, you get a prize. Like, you have the option to get a prize, yeah.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Erica, no. All right, thank you so much to Erica for taking over. I'm a little teary-eyed too. But I won't go too much into that. I'll leave that for my goodbye. Anyway, thank you guys.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a hard act to follow. But thank you guys so much for coming here, for showing up. That is what we need right now, is for you guys to show up. So we wanted to reward you guys just for being here. Thank you again for Jamie. I know he stepped out, for being our vendor. Right now, it was mentioned in a video on Facebook. It was kind of silly. You probably saw Eugene tossing around a couple balls. And failing. But Jordan and Eugene announced that we were going to be giving away a first edition volume 1 of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. So just by showing up, you've gotten your name put down. So I am going to reach in here and pick out a name. So cross your fingers, hope it's you. All right. And I have Noah Trent. Oh, Noah. We have to go? Yeah. Okay. So, okay, we don't read it, but Noah, I will go grab that for you and we'll get that in. So congratulations once again, guys. Thank you so much for showing up.
And is that our last slide?
Yep. All right. There is Chipotle, there is cake and fruit. So get all sugared up and enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.